Welcome to Building a SpaceX Clone, Session 4. In this session we will set up the functionality for the search form. We will define a new route, create a search template to display the search result, modify the missions controller and model so that we can pass the search parameters from the search form and look for the corresponding words or word in the mission table. We will also add a custom counter that would show the number of mission articles matching your search. I will assign an exercise for you to expand on this counter, and in the description below there is a link where I provide some instructions. Alright, so let's get started again.
10, ground control to Major Tom. 8, 7, 6, commencing countdown, engines on. 3, 2, check ignition, and may God's love be with you.
Alright, so as usual, open up your terminal and then cd into your projects directory. So I type cd ROR projects / rockets corp. Then I hit enter, and now I type Adam to open up my text editor. You open up your text editor, open up a new tab, and let's go back here, and in this new tab type Rails space S to start the server. And while the server is starting, I'm going to close all these files that I had open since last time. I really should have actually done the Git Commit, but we do it in the end of this one. Alright, let's go and see if the server is running. Great, server is running. Go to the browser and let's type localhost :3000 to take a look at our app and see so it's up and running properly. There we go. Alright, so these are the things we've done so far. We have created this navigation bar here, and then I added some more text since last time, which was an exercise for you to do. Okay, alright, so the first thing we will do, we will create a search route. So go to your text editor. I just highlighted the other tab here first, and now I go to my text editor, go to the config folder and to the routes file and open it. And after where it says :mission, type do, and be aware that it creates an automatic end here, and then type collection do, and there's also generated an automatic end for the do loop here. And in here type get space : search. So this will create a search route. So I put in a little comment here for myself. It's always good to put in comments. Alright, save it, and then we will go to the terminal, and in the terminal type Rails routes to display the routes to make sure our search route was generated. Okay, there we go. It's still a little bit messed up, but there. Alright, so here when I scrolled up I have search _ missions corresponding to the mission controller, and we will be needing a search action. Alright, so let's go back to the text editor. Right, I'm going to close this. We don't need this routes file open. Okay, and then go to the views folder and open up the shared, and we will first modify the HTML code we have for the search form to Ruby syntax. So here we have our search form we created last time. So I had actually copied the search _ missions from the terminal. Let's comment out this search form, and in here open up the Ruby syntax, $, %, and type form _ tag. We need the tag because we're just fetching something from the database. And then I cut this path that I had copied and then I added underscore path afterwards. Type comma, and then we need the method, so type method colon and then space colon get, and then do for a do loop, and then close the Ruby syntax. And on the next line we need the text field tag, so open up the Ruby syntax and type text underscore field underscore tag, and then colon search comma, and then we need a nil. This place here cannot take anything, so we put in a nil. Afterward type comma, and then we do the placeholder, and the placeholder is search, so we can just copy this from the HTML code. Okay, cool. All right, and then type comma, and we're going to put in the class styling. So again, we can just copy this from below here and paste it in up here. All right, actually let's go to new line. Okay. There we go. All right, and I'm going to take away the form border here for now. Okay. All right, and then close the Ruby syntax, and let's see if it doesn't. And open up the Ruby syntax, and we actually don't forget that we need an end because we have a do loop. Okay, so let's put in that right away. So I have a tendency to forget it, so that's why it's good to put in right away. So let's see here. Let's just move this up to a new line again. This line up here. Close it. So let's see. I'm missing something because this is yellow highlighted the end. So here, let's go and look for it again. Okay, I forgot a closing double quotation there. There we go. All right. Okay, and now we need the submit tag. So open up the Ruby syntax with an equal sign again. Type submit underscore tag, double quotation, and type search. Okay, and then let's go and copy this style from the button below and paste it in, and then close the Ruby syntax. Right? Cool. Save everything. I think we can ready to check this in the browser. All right, so go to the browser and refresh. Okay, refreshing, waiting for localhost. Oh, okay, class EO cannot have an equal sign, needs to be a colon. So that's the thing when, at least when I copy, I often forget change the equal signs to the colon. So it needs to change it up there as well. So for the two classes we copied, change the equal sign to a colon. I refresh in the browser. There we go. We just need to wrap the form better. So up here we need a div tag. Okay, div, div, and then I will copy this class right there and paste it in. And then after the end, I put in the closing div tag. I save it, go to the browser and refresh. There we go. All right, so we just needed to surround the form there properly. Okay. All right, so now let's go and create the search template. So we can either go to the layouts folder, but we need to create the search form or the search template in the missions folder because the missions corresponds to the missions controller. All right, so now I do a right mouse click and I highlight new file and name this new file search.html.erb. Okay, and up here we will start by just put in the HTML code. So start with a section, class, container, and then close the section. So this frames the page. Okay. And in here, actually, we can just go and open up the index.html and we can copy a few things from here. So I'm going to copy the class of row here and I paste it in. And then I'm going to go and copy a closing div tag with the row comment, which is right there. Copy, go and paste it in here under the row. Great. And in here, we will utilize the Bootstrap 4 modification. So we're just going to have 2 calls surrounding the main column. So we don't have to specify the width of this. Copy one of the calls and paste it in the middle. And here we define it a specific size by call-md-10. And I copied this comment here and I changed it to call-md-10. So I know that this div tag closes the column of 10 subcolumns. All right? Okay. And let's put in a h2 header. And let's give this the name title of your search results, or your search result, singular. Okay. And we will display this in a table. Okay, so open up a table tag and close the table tag. And in here we need a table header, so type t head and close the t head tag. Okay, and in it, then we need a t body tag, so type t body tag and close the t body tag. Right, and within the t body we will put in our tr and td tag and also the do loop that will iterate through the search result. Okay, now I'm thinking if I need any header, let's skip the header titles for now and just go directly to here. So open up the Ruby syntax, and here we need the at mission. We need to missions.each. Actually, let's just go and copy from the index so we make sure. We already done it here, so copy this missions.each, do # mission, and paste it in right there. Good. All right. And then let's do a tr tag and then close the tr tag. And then in here we need the td tags. We're going to need 4 td tags altogether. So 4 columns. We're going to have an index, title, part of body text, and a link. So I copied and I pasted in 3 times. Then I indent here. Okay. And in here, in the first td tag, go and copy all the code for the if mission.pick1 present and to the end, and paste it in the first td tag, or within the first td tag. Then let's go and copy the code in the index here for the next one, which is the box title. So just copy this Ruby syntax right here. We don't need the h4 title. And paste it into within the next td tag. Okay. And we don't have the box info. So go back to the search.html and paste in the box title again and change where it says title, change it to info. Oopsie, info. And this we will truncate this text. So before here, type truncate, open the parenthesis, type a comma after box info, length, colon, and let's set the length to 100 characters, and then close the parenthesis. All right? Good. And then we will go back to the index.html and copy the link for learn more and paste it into the last td tag. All right, so that was easy. Save everything, and I need an end to the do loop. So yes, let's see, I don't think I have an end. So since this is the do loop, it starts after the t body, so we need to put the end before the t body tag ends right there. So Ruby syntax with an end for the do loop. All right, now let's go to the controller and open up the missions controller. The first thing we're going to address is the index. We only want 3 boxes to be displayed for the index. So after all, type dot order parentheses, and I want the order to be descending from when they were created. So double quotation, type created underscore at, and then DESC, short for descending. And after the closing parenthesis, type dot limit parenthesis 3. This will always just put out 3 boxes. And now let's put in the search action. We can do it probably right there under the show action, right? So type DEF search, and then we need to say if params, oops, it was a capital S there. Make sure if that happens, you always lower cases because it's case sensitive. So here type if params square brackets, and then within square brackets type colon search, and let's check dot blank question sign to check if it's blank. Then we're going to just display all missions, but maybe we will have a lot of articles eventually, so let's just limit that to 20, and eventually we will have that 20 per page. Anyhow, put in an else, so if the search format is blank, displays everything. Else we say add missions equal mission with capital M dot search parentheses, and put in params in here. So this will fetch and pass the parameters and put in an end for the if statement. So let's check our ends here. This end closes the if statement, and then we have an end for the DEF. Go to the models and to the mission model, and here we will put in the code to pass the search parameters and look for the corresponding words in the table. So first type DEF, type self dot search parentheses and params within the parentheses, and put in an end for this method. And here type missions equal mission with capital M, where we're going to look for this now in the table, so we put in some SQL syntax. So double quotation within the parentheses, and then type title like question sign, or info like question sign, or box title like question sign, or box info, box info like question sign. So title, info, box title, and like are the names of our columns. Remember that? So we will go and look in these columns. However, we need to pass the params. So be able to pass them for the SQLite, we surround Ruby syntax with 2 percentage signs, and in here we need to interpolate, so do a hashtag, curly brackets, and within here type params square bracket colon search, and this surrounds with double quotation. Now each of these columns are passed to each search parameter, so we need 4 of these. So copy and then paste it in 3 times. Each of the search parameters needs to be separated with a comma, and after the closing parenthesis we need to then say if params square bracket search dot present question sign. Then we pass back the missions, right? So it needs to have a conditional statement there. So if you find any words, then pass it back the missions. So it means like if it don't pass it back, it's just going to be 0. All right, So let's go to the browser and refresh, and let's try it out. Let's try here. There is a word named rocket. So let's put in rocket. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so we have a SQLite syntax error. So it said no search column info. Select from missions where title like. So this is good if you see rockets was inserted where the question sign was. So anyhow, it objects to the column name info. So what we need to do now, we need to go to the DB folder and to the schema file and take a look at the names of our columns, what I've named them. Okay, there I am. I'm in the schema file. I named it subtitle, not info. So go back to the missions model, and instead of info, type subtitle. Go to the browser and refresh. There we go. All right. So it needs some styling, but it does work. Okay, let's continue. Let's go and style the table, and then we'll put in the counter to display the number of searches in our result. Okay, so let's go back to the text editor, and I'm closing some of these tabs here. We only need the search.html.erb open. Okay, so first let's style here the h2 tag and put a margin at the top. So put in style =, double quotation, and right margin dash top, and let's set it to 2 rem. And let's underline your search result. So we will put in a U tag, and then we will close the U tag. And then we will be styling the table itself, which we will be doing with Bootstrap classes. So first here, type class and put in a class of table, then table dash hover, table dash striped, so striped, and then table dash responsive, to make it responsive down to a tablet size window. Okay, and after here, let's put in a style of border bottom, border dash bottom. Oops, BOTTOM. There we go. And let's move this to a new line actually. This would be 1 pixel, solid, and a light gray. So let's do $D. You can always move all this inline styling to a style sheet later. Let's go to the browser and refresh. That looks good, but it's a little squished in the bottom. So let's put in a margin dash bottom here of 1 rem. Actually, let's move this margin to the col-md-10 div instead. So after here, type style and paste in the margin dash bottom. Go to the browser and refresh. There, good. Now we have some space there. Actually, let's go back to the browser and go to the home page, and let's create a new mission. So what we will do after we created a new mission, you will see there's still only 3 boxes, and the latest boxes will be first. So click new mission here in the bottom. So here, let's just say more rockets and copy this, and let's just paste it in. It's just for demonstration, so it doesn't have to be any fancy text. I go here, click browse images, and I will select another shuttle image. There we go. Cool image. Open. Click create mission. The show page will show up. There we go. We will style this later on as well. Okay, go to the home page, and sure enough, there you see latest box is first, and it's only 3 boxes displayed, as we defined in the missions controller earlier. Alright, let's make a search for rocket, and you will now have 2 searches comes up. So this is what we will do with the counter now. We want to say how many searches comes up. Alright, so what we need to do here on the T-body, we will display it explicitly. So here, open up the Ruby syntax and type C for counter equals 0. This initializes our counter. And in the bottom here, before the end finishes in the do loop, open up the Ruby syntax and type C equals C plus 1. Note that I explicitly use the math properly instead of using like plus equal or something. It's better now. We see exactly what's going on and we see what's happening. And now here, after the end of the do loop, but before the T-body ends, give it an H4 tag and then say there are. Open up the Ruby syntax with an equal sign and type C to call on the latest number iterated by the counter. So there are C containing your search. Actually, probably C missions containing your search, but it doesn't matter. Let's just do it. Close the H4 tag, go to the browser and refresh. There. Okay, cool. There are 2 containing your search. You can fix the grammar. Alright, now I purposely did not use the count method because in the count method we can inadvertently gain access to the table in the database. And for a little counter like this, it's just better to just do it homegrown ourselves. Plus, if you've never done this, then you learn something. Alright, let's do the git commit. So go to the terminal and here let's do git status. And then we do git.add, and then let's do git commit. And let's say added footer partial and styled it. And then added, oh, oopsie, I accidentally hit enter. Okay. I'm not going to spend time on fixing that git commit. You can enter whatever git commit you want. Anyway, let's clear the page. Let's do git status. On branch master, nothing to commit. Okay, cool. I see you next time. Don't forget, I gave you an exercise. So go to the link below and go to my Amazon webpage there. Hit the session 4 and read instructions to expand on the counter. Alright, good luck. Please put in some comments. I'll be happy to answer questions. Bye-bye.
This is ground control to Major Tom.